about some delicious.
I love me some
like
crabs, bro.
Like you looking at your
look. How is going to date? Look, it's Kid, my name's Dwayne.
My name's Jasmine.
What do Jasmine? We have for you Creepy Tide Pool Creatures by Brave Wilderness. We did one of his videos way back when.
Oh yeah, the bullet ant.
The bullet ants. We gotta
looks
go
like
through
he's
this.
just like
You gotta go back and watch all those ants things, cause it look like it's something.
When he had the ant wasn't as scary as when he did like the big like wasp or something like that, and like it like kills spiders, which is a good thing because I don't like spiders, but still that thing was like the sound of the wings.
Yeah, it was loud.
So I don't know what this is, but
let's dive
keep it
on
away
in.
from me.
Let's dive on in. I'm ready.
All right, I'm gonna slowly move this rock out of the way.
See, there you go.
Get him up close for the cameras. Here we go. Look at that picture.
What the?
Oh, he's trying to get me.
Is that a crab?
I'm gonna let go of
It's
that.
like a crab. Yeah, that is a crab.
Oh,
It's a little bitty crab. Delicious.
delicious.
Oh.
That ain't delicious.
That ain't delicious.
Talk about some delicious.
I love me some
Like
crabs, bro.
like you looking at your
Look. I'm from Maryland. You see the crab crustacean we have right here? I love me some crabs, boy.
As the morning sun rose above
Put him
the
in a
horizon,
pot, boy.
I sat and watched as the tide slowly began to recede. One wave at a time, the shoreline gradually exposed itself, revealing a slippery obstacle course of rocky terrain.
I love those rocks are beautiful.
Welcome to the Pacific side of
That's why I
Costa
love the
Rica,
ocean.
where if you arrive at low tide and know the right places to search, the ecosystem is alive with sea creatures. Check this out! Looks like I'm sitting at the edge of a river, but this is in fact the tide going back out into the ocean.
Oh,
now,
wow.
You guys often wonder, how do you find the creatures in beyond the tide? We wait for the tide to go out, and then we backtrack into the small tidal pools, and that's where you find animals that are stranded. All right, let's head up this way and see what we can find. My favorite thing about ocean tide pools is that you never know what you're going to come across.
Right.
And our first discovery
find
of the day
gold and
was
everything.
one of the
You probably
strangest
could.
creatures we have ever stumbled upon. Oh my gosh, look at how big it is.
What is that?
He's touching it.
That is an animal. That is a zebra worm right there. It is alive. I can feel it contracting.
It looks like
What?
a necklace.
That is a huge worm. Is that as big as they get?
They get bigger than that, and they can stretch up to 50 times the
Ooh.
length. Look at that.
He touching with his bare
It
hands.
stretches out. It just keeps going.
I feel like it's gonna break.
It's getting even
That looks like
bigger.
a parasite.
Look at that.
I know.
Whoa. Wow.
I
Okay.
wouldn't.
And he thinks that is so cool.
I know.
I won't be touching
I would
that.
not with a bare hand.
Carefully down the shoreline.
I would've picked
Our
it up
goal was
thinking it
to
was a
track the
necklace.
receding tide so that we could stay as close to the ocean as possible. These freshly exposed pools are generally cooler in temperature, which in turn increases the chances of finding sea life. And it wasn't long before we had our next animal encounter. Oh, wow. Look at this pocket of water is completely filled with little slugs. You know what these
Oh.
are? These are warty sea cats. It'd be a lot easier for you to see that.
Oh, they like camouflage.
Water in this plastic container. Now, we've shown you guys the black sea hare and the brown sea hare, and this is also a
That is
variety
gigantic.
of sea slug, but they're a little bit different. Oh, they're everywhere. They're like on the sides of the rocks. Come on, guys. I'm just going to collect you up and put you in this container.
So many animals that like we just don't know that are real.
Whoa.
That's a lot of slugs.
That is a container of slugs. You see how quickly I was able to collect them. There are probably about 60 or 70 of them right in this pocket. And look at that. You can see them so much better now that they're in this clear container.
Every time I see a
But
slug,
they're
I think of a
unbelievably
snail. I'm thinking
camouflaged
Gary.
on this algae.
from
And that's
SpongeBob.
actually
Yeah,
what they
no.
are
Can't help
feeding
it.
on. Now, similar to the brown sea hare and the black sea hare, they also have rhinophores, which are those little appendages that are growing up off of the top of their heads and right up front on their mouths.
Wow.
Now, the ones on
Gary's
top
eyes.
sense light and movement, and the ones on the front of the face sense chemicals in the environment, specifically food, and it also helps them to communicate with each other. Now, you may be wondering to yourself, do these creatures have skeletons? No,
No,
they do
yeah,
not.
no,
Slugs
it
are actually gastropods, which means that they have a shell that protects their organs. Now, something like a snail has an external shell, but slugs like this, or the brown sea hare, the black sea hare, have an
Ooh.
internal shell.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you can actually feel that in there.
Wow.
Yeah.
A little pebble, and that is where all of its major organs are being kept.
Ew.
Wow.
Look at the bottom of it. That's its foot right there. has a big muscle that helps it slink along on the basin of the tide pool, and up front it
I
does
couldn't- I don't
have
think I
a
could touch him.
I can't
scratchy
touch
tongue called a
those.
radula.
Oh, look at his
and that's
mouth.
using to almost vacuum cleaner up all of this algae. Now, all I have to do is massage the slug a little bit,
He is so brave.
and it's getting extremely slimy and very gummy. Wow. Oh, it's unbelievably sticky. And the more I handle it, the more it secretes this mucus. Now, it doesn't injure the animal in any way to do this. That's actually helping keep its body moist. And, of course, it's thinking, uh-oh, am I going to be eaten? If so, that mucus is slightly toxic. It's not going to harm me at all. Look
Oh,
at
I was about to say, you just handling it like.
That's kind of
I didn't
cool
think we
though.
were going to come across a slug when we were out
You
here in
should do
Costa Rica,
that.
but sure
I probably would
enough,
touch it.
where'd
Jasmine
go?
probably-
Always coming across
I'll probably
slugs.
drop
All right,
it.
let's keep heading this way and see what else we can find.
I'll probably pick it up and drop it right back in.
What are you seeing there, Coyote?
A pretty angry-looking crab. Look at how he's wedged his body
You've
into
been
this
there, look at
rock.
it.
He's defending himself with that.
Yeah,
picture.
with
Look at
that.
Oh.
All right, I'm gonna slow
Oh.
this rock out of the way and see if I
Oh,
can
he tried. He
close the
tried.
cameras. Here we go.
That's a mad one.
Ah.
That's a big arm, like he
He
has.
got a big-
Pictures on the front of this
Big
crab
ol'
are
arm.
pretty serious. You can see that's a monster pincher. This may be
Yes.
some variety of stone crab. Oh,
Rubble
he's
crab.
trying to get me.
He is trying to get
That
you.
arm right there. Oh, look at that.
He's trying to get your finger.
I'll put him in a boom.
Cook him.
Ah! Whoa! Oh, he got me good. Look at that. Look at my finger. He just crunched the top of my finger.
Damn.
Really hurt. Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
Oh, that puts the purple shore crab to shame. I think
Damn.
at this juncture, he has definitely earned
Ooh.
the right to be defended in that corner. My finger is
Say,
bleeding.
go ahead and defend that
Let's just move
corner.
on and see what else we can find here in these Costa Rican
You
times.
lucky I don't put you in the pot. That would have been your death sentence right there. Like, nah, keep him. Keep him. We
Oh
gonna
yeah, I'm
take
taking him away.
We're gonna eat you now.
That's the one that.
That's the one.
All of this right here. Now, all these rocks are very flippable. I have a feeling we start flipping some, we're going to find exactly what it is that we've been looking for. Okay, this could be a great rock right here. You can see that it's slightly above the water, yet a lot of it's under. Now, creatures want to stay in the shade where it's cooler. A lot of crevices up underneath this. I'm going to flip it. Let's see what's under. You ready?
Yep.
Oh, yes!
Oh,
Right
nice.
there.
What the hell is that?
You know what those are?
Sea urchin?
They look like hairy octopus.
They do. Oh, you think I should pick it up?
Hell no.
Looks like it's probably dangerous with all of those spines
Yeah, I
and
don't.
tentacles, but these are in fact brittle stars.
Whoa.
This is actually one of the most common tide pool species you will find.
Oh.
Over 2,000 species of these worldwide.
Oh,
and they can
no.
be found in every single ocean system. Even the North and South Pole, those frigid waters are home to brittle stars. And you may be thinking to yourself, well, it kind of looks like a caterpillar that has a bunch of spikes.
It looked like something
It's
off
like
of.
a mean
Is it
starfish.
poisonous? Coyote, are you in any sort of danger right now? Actually,
No.
the brittle star is completely
Harmless.
Now, on the underside,
That don't
they
look
have
harmless.
little tiny tube feet, very similar to a sea star.
Now they're not sea stars.
No, but they are related to sea stars. And right there in the
Ooh.
middle,
The
that's
mouth.
its mouth. But not only is that its mouth, it's also its butt. They eat
He said, "Even Kevin." Ooh.
Now, the jaws
Ooh.
are very unique. It actually has 5 jaws. Kind of like there's their jump, 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 jump.
He couldn't help
As
it,
they're moving
too.
across the basin of the tide pool, they're
You know some other stuff,
feasting on all
right?
sorts of algae and decomposing plant matter. And when the tide is going out like this, these creatures can
Coyote
actually
be
move
tripping,
rather
man.
quickly. Watch it
Right.
Ooh.
Look here in the algae and watch it move. Really cool the way that they can just kind of adhere to the environment and then slink down in
yeah.
between the rocks. But let's talk about the appendages of
Wow.
this creature. You see
Becoming
all of the bristles
invisible.
that run
Yeah.
down the length of the tentacles. Those are actually used in locomotion, and you can see they completely surround the tentacle, which allows this creature to be very ambidextrous as it moves through the tide pool environment. Now, this creature is capable of losing all except for one of its legs. Now, a sea star can lose all of its legs,
And grow.
both species do regenerate their limbs,
Yeah.
but this guy, as long as he's got one leg, he's going to be just fine. Well, between the crab the slugs. And this
Crab got
star,
you good.
I would definitely say that we have come across some bizarre creatures.
Yeah,
That thing creeped me out.
I'm Coyote Peterson. Be brave. Stay wild. We'll see you on the next adventure. All right, buddy. Back under the rocks you go. Woo, that was cool.
Yeah. Okay, so that I don't like that last one was like ew.
I didn't know what I was looking at. I thought I said sea urchin. I knew that thing was not no sea urchin.
Yeah, what is a sea urchin?
It was prickly like one. So, but that looked like a meme. We almost saw everybody in SpongeBob. You know that?
Yeah,
We saw
yeah.
Mr. Krabs. We
Mr.
saw
Krabs,
the
money
cousin.
pigeon?
Yeah, we saw the cousin of he was protecting his money, and he was like back up. And then we saw the cousin of Patrick Star, the one that went to jail. You know that's why he's all prickly and everything like that, and slithery and everything. And let's see, we saw. What was it? The slug that was like the cousin of Gary, you know, the dirty one that was like a hillbilly one. And then let's see, we saw the little worm that could have been like a cousin of Squidward.
No, you remember that big worm that was eating up everything?
Oh, the big pink worm.
Yeah.
The big pink, big. What did they say? Big, fuzzy, and pink or something like that. Yeah. So yeah, we saw everybody.
Somebody said they should show this at school.
They should show this at school.
I feel like you should be more careful walking through the walls, all those small, hard to see animals everywhere.
Yeah.
This man is a legend. Kyle, how are you? Are you feeling it now, Mr. Slug? Wow.
All we needed to see was a sponge. We could have got the whole SpongeBob cast right there.
And then somebody said if I was him and I saw that zebra worm, nope, I'm out. Will jumps out the water.
Yes, because that worm looked like a necklace.
Yeah, that
it
don't.
didn't look like a worm. It looked like a piece of jewelry, like a long piece of jewelry that came from the Titanic or something like that. Like, and then if I pick it up and I feel that it's slimy, I'm out.
I wouldn't be messing with that thing.
I'm done. I would have been like, oh, babe, look, a necklace. Oh, really? No, it's not. Let's go. Let's go. Like, I don't think that thing is poisonous.
Scooby Doo.
That thing looks like it's a parasite. Like, you just like open up a
anymore.
hole in my arm and just like go inside me and everything. I don't want that. Ugh.
Yeah, but anyway, guys, please comment below.
Don't forget to like and share.
That's just more. I got to do this.